Hello everybody, Scott from the Dirt Chimps here. I'm coming at you from my moto habitat where Scrappy lives. It's a bit of a mess right now because I just finished packing to go on a 2 or 3 day trip. We're almost ready. Bye Winston, see you some other time. Check out the new anodized forks. Awesome, awesome. Okay, let's go. I just looped out my bike on climb. Coming up there is going great. Back tire hooked in and I looped her out.
He's gonna help me push.
Look at this, it's getting tight, crispy. Oh my god, it's a bunny! Don't chase them too much, look at that, that is so cool. I am starting my journey at Rider's Edge Suspension. Because I'm carrying all this extra weight, and I normally ride this bike without all this extra weight, we're gonna add a little bit of preload to the back here, which will help make the front end feel a little bit more planted. 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's like 20 turns. That's quite a bit.
Nice. For everyone who's wondering, this is Kyle Pullman, number 55, my coach. He makes me go faster. All right, I've left Rider's Edge. I've escaped town. I've filled up on fuel and I'm ready to hit the dirt shortly here. Got my Dango chin mount on, you can see it there. Navigation today is going to be Gaia, following some tracks that were provided to me from Ian from Rider's Edge. I've got my 276 up top with the back road map books on it. I just kind of like it up there. And then I think that's all we're going to need. Let's get out of here. Just heading out of Lavington, British Columbia right now into the wilderness. Got a few things planned for this trip. I've got a new hammock sleep system. I've never tried it before. Haven't even unpacked it. We're gonna try that out. And I'm rocking back here the Moscow 25 package on the pannier racks. I haven't ridden with this type of gear ever before, so I'll let you know how it goes. Bump the brakes. Here's a nice little lake. That's pretty. We've got tons of them out here. As you can see on my Garmin here, we've got a great big one coming up. Oh, hello, bee. Hey, that just reminded me. I'm really enjoying the fact that I brought my basilisk jacket. I thought it was going to be too warm. I started with the vents all open. It was a little bit warmer in town, but we're up at elevation now and it's chilly. So I was able to close the vents while I was riding. That was great. I closed the leg vents most of the way. My wallet might fall out. This has just been a great jacket. I'm thrilled. I was very fortunate to be offered a discount code. This stuff is not cheap, but I can tell you it's very good. Very good so far. So far so great. Look, I just started third. Dirt Chimp. Oh well, it's a really pleasant drive. I haven't been filming a lot because it looks a lot like this, and I want to stop and save my batteries for the pretty stuff. Nice rock road, love it. Get used to riding with the panniers on the back again. It's been a minute, you know? You don't always ride around with these things. It feels like the tail's wagging the dog sometimes. I do have the weight really low. That's actually why I got into this particular set. I do have a top roll on, but it's just my absolute lightest stuff. A few snacks and my Sony camera. Alright, see you in a bit. Okay, I made a decision to go down this little side road here. I'm using Gaia. One of the things I don't like about Gaia is I'm following tracks from other people. It's called some club ride. I think it's the ATV guys. But I don't know. I can tell what date it was recorded on, but you can't tell what it was, right? So it's not like they had to select that it was an adventure bike and then share it. That's a differentiator for what we're doing in our app. When you record a ride, you're going to be seeing what you did it on, what you think the difficulty was, and your peers in the riding community can add feedback as well if they think that rating is way too high or way too low or whatever. And trails change over time too, but it'd be nice to know if somebody came through here on a 1200 GS, I'm probably going to be able to do it on my 790 here. We'll see. I got lots of time. I got nothing but time. I've got a fair ways to go on this little squiggly red line. and then that'll join me up with a much more major route that will take me down south. Cool, man, adventure. Okay, got a pretty serious deactivation here. So we take a look. Hey, let's take a look at the luggage setup while we're here. That's the new Moscow 25 liter with one of those little expansion pouches on. I can just have water in there. This is an Enduristan small. These are the Moscow Reckless 10. This is what I ride with every day. So if I was going to go boogie around, I could leave that at camp, that at camp. I'd bring that, but I'd be way lighter. And the other side, you know, looks the same. Ooh, I didn't do this up. That's holding my accent. We'll take care of that and then check this thing out. Okay, the beginning. Well, that's super easy. No problem. No problem. Hey, Scrappy, you're looking good. Looking good. But if there's a ton of these, then maybe not. See? Piece of cake. Continue. This is pretty cool out here. Very lush. Well, it's been raining all spring. I'm remote. Very groomed. It's just fine. I'm not looking for difficult when I'm by myself. I'm looking for safe. I don't want any mechanicals. I don't want to get hurt. Just want to have fun, man. This is the most challenging part so far. Fine with that. Looks like you might be headed into some muck down here. That might be a deal breaker for me with this big bike. I'm gonna go down there and check it out. I'm in no hurry. I'm gonna see how far I've made it so far. Well, I left there. I'm here. And I have to go squiggle, squiggle. I have to go a long ways. So I'm like maybe 10%, maybe 5%. Let's call it 5%. I suspect we'll be finding a different way. This is a little bit remote for a solo guy in the spring when it's been really wet. Wet logs, wet logs. Deeper. Loaded bike, panniers. Well, that is very short. That's really short, and then it's nice in there. Well, let's keep going. Literally got days to get this done if I want to. I'll just hit that one square. Yeah. Cool. Get out of there. Probably bring my mirrors in, eh? Piece of cake. You just can't be too careful when you're back here by yourself. I have a spot, it's on. I'm being watched with a separate cell phone system. That's only good when there's reception. Got all the mechanical stuff I could need other than knowledge. And the weather out looks good. Okay, I've stopped again. My trail has turned into a little bit of a river. I was going for a bit, but I don't know, maybe I should take a look, eh? Don't want to go down anything that I can't get back up again. Oh, well, this is no problem. Maybe I'm just being overly cautious, but whatever, okay? I already know what my big regret of this trip's gonna be, and it's the batteries. I should have brought all of Andrew's GoPro batteries, or I should have brought the charger which could have been plugged into my bike. I have 4 batteries, and I've almost already consumed one of them. Shame. So know that there's a lot more to this adventure than I will be able to share. I can really feel that weight in the back. Whenever I do a small input on the handlebars, there's a reverberation. Thankful right now for everything I didn't bring, which would have just created more weight. Sharp turn. I'm telling you right now, if there are any river crossings, I'm not doing them. Anything just north of a thick stream. Not had good luck this year. Mojo's a little off. But this has the feel of one of those trails that's going to zigzag, zigzag down to the bottom, and then there's a stream crossing you got to deal with. You can see I put my mirrors in. I just don't need to have to worry about them going bop against something. Whoa! I gotta remember I have those panniers sticking out, right? They just hit the log on the side of the trail. I'm used to being thinner. Pushed me. Oops! First close call. Getting a little bit more spicy. This is fun. I'm fine on this stuff. This is like a 2+, maybe a low 3 for difficulty. I go up or down this. Things have leveled out a little bit more. A little more flowy. Perfect weather for this, man. Last year at this time we had a heat wave that took us into 40s. The 40s Celsius. That's like stupid hot in Fahrenheit. And then our province caught on fire. And it was not good. So I'm suspecting this is the same descent that we come down in the stinky 500, which has a mandatory river crossing. So well, you know what, we're gonna go see. We'll see what happens. I'd be thrilled to go ride up that hill. That was beautiful. Our first obstacle. And we're gonna clear it. I've got a little axe, which is not great, of course, but let me show you what I have. Back here, tucked up underneath, is my silky saw. It's a little bit tricky to get it out of here. That's the way we like it. And this is a good size for taking care of things like that. So I'm gonna get disrobed a little bit. I'll see you guys in a bit. I've been dying to use this cool little hatchet. I got it from Bushcraft Canada. It's the one that the owner guy recommended. Nice size to pack on there. I didn't even bring a bushcraft knife. I plan to do all my firewood prep with this and maybe the silky saw. That's it. Okay, everything's stowed again. I actually took my big jacket off and put it in there. I love this tool, or this top roll. It's just great. I've been taking it on my 500 as well. I'd like to bring a little bit of extra stuff. Today I have a lot of extra stuff. Made some short work out of this. See, not so bad. Remember, I'm super wide right now. There. I can hear running water down here, so starting to wonder what's around the corner. I can always take off all my bags, get them over the river, and then rocket the bike over. We'll see. Yep, this is it. This is the river crossing from the stinky 500. We can go up over this. I'll show it to you. We're definitely going to go down and take a look. Oh my god, there's no way. You know where my bike would end up? Nah, somewhere down there. So I've ridden across this several times. Never on this bike. Never on my 1090, which I don't have anymore. I did do it on Winston, the Triumph 1200, but the flow was way down. There's no way I'm doing this. No chance. I crashed in something like this 2 weeks ago, and I had a bunch of people help me pick up my bike. It was that bike, but I didn't have the luggage on, and it's just too swift. Way too dangerous. Bummer. Okay, well, I'm gonna go look at the map and figure out a new plan. Maybe just going all the way back up that thing, which is fine by me. I love stuff like that. And we'll just find another way through. No hurry whatsoever. Okay, I have it all figured out. Hopefully there's not a glare for you. These are the zigzags I came down, and I had not been down those before. I was thinking it was part of the Stinky 500, and this is part of the Stinky 500. So all of this here, we go along parallel to the river. Normally the Stinky 500, we would come in like this, it goes zig, 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 and then come down, then we cross this river and get over. But I'm going to go back up these other zigzags over here, back really close to town like I was saying, and then I'll bop, and then I'll start heading down the rest of my journey. Fun! I just finished clearing something else around the corner back there. Didn't bother turning on the camera because no big deal. This, however, is a big deal. That is unsafe to cut by myself. Unsafe to cut generally speaking. So my bike's got to go under, which means panniers come off, drag the bike under, put the panniers on, and continue. I don't have the battery to record this, I'm just going to do it. I do have my iPhone, so I can do a little bit of footage here. I have stripped this down of everything. I even took out the pods here on the 10 liter, so it's, I don't know, it's a lot lighter. And this is low and gross. Yeah. And then here's all my stuff. Yeah. Next time I have to remember to bring the little tripod thing. It weighs nothing. It's like a little credit card, and I can put this in the ground and record it. Next time. Just finished. It actually went really well. I stayed as far over this way as I could, leaned the bike down. It was going great until the front tire slid from here to there. And then I was in a bit of a pickle, but I laid it down, regrouped, picked it up. Now we go. I think I may have made an executive decision, change my plan here a bit. It has a lot to do with the battery situation. Maybe I will go home while I'm still home, close to home, spend the night and start the journey again tomorrow morning. I was not planning on riding stuff this technical. I'm glad I'm here, but I was planning on covering more ground and getting bigger views and getting used to this luggage a bit more before tackling stuff like this. But if I go home, I can get more batteries and I can bring my charger with me. That's pretty appealing. I'm gonna look for anything I can ditch weight-wise out of here, because it's a little bit heavy. You know, yes, the weight's lower than on a rackless system. Like I've been using the Giant Loop Coyote bags, which I love. I found they were a tiny bit too small, but then I had the top roll, and so the weight was higher on those, but it was close to the bike. And just think of the principle of leverage, right? The further out the weight is, the more leverage it has, and in effect more pull, more impact. So, sorry, I'm gonna go under this, don't chop my head off. This is the Stinky 500. If you want to see more about this route, just look it up. Stinky 500 on the Dirt Chimp channel. It's one of the routes we do at the Adventure Bike Gathering. It's far, it's fast. This is the technical portion of it. I'm going to be going up the climb soon. I'm really looking forward to that. First, I got to finish off this low elevation stuff. Probably get through a crappy mud hole, and then I'm home free. Okay, we're getting into the wetter area. There she be. I've never loved this one. I'm kind of in favor of the flowing areas. Look ahead and smile. Don't think about the water. I probably should have put it in first for that. Okay, soon we'll be climbing. Have a nice little river view here. Wow, she is giving her. Oh no! The trail is gone. The trail is gone. Oh. Scotty, the Stinky 500 is done. It won't recover from that. That's a cliff. We can come by in the summer and the water will be lower, but guess what? I'm going back under that big log. Poopy. All right, let's turn and burn. Oh yeah, looks totally safe, man. Just keep it on the left of that route and you're home free. Yeah, right. Adventure. Okay. Alright. Let's go, Scrappy. Back. Alright. Well, here we are again. Get set up to go underneath. Taking everything apart. Thankfully, it's very fast. Watch. Pull this pin. Lift that. Throw it on the ground. Pop the rock straps. Feed them back through that thing. Just didn't want the pack walking its way out sideways, and it won't if I put it through there. Okay, that's done. This one, pull the pin. Pull the pin. Lift. Man, I tell you. And then these two guys. Boom. Yeah. Use both hands. Boom. Boom. Done and done. Little trowel. I'm actually keeping this really handy, not because of emergencies, but because some of the trails I've been on the last few days on the dirt bike need just a little bit of digging on the edge of the trail, and then a giant puddle would drain, and one of these guys can make short work of that. That's it. See you guys soon. This is better than last time. That was downright great. Thank you, Scrappy. Matter. What are we cranky about? There, piece of cake. Must have been an ID 10T error. Tools on this side. Emergency stuff on this side. That's always carry, even when in a group. That's it. Let's bounce. Sure, it's nice to get the wind flowing through the armor again. I guess I have a couple of good slimy hills to get back up. Don't have much choice. My 2 exit points have been eliminated. Here's one that I cleared that I didn't record. Just this funky little go around here that we've made. Good. Yeah. A lot of face slappers on this one. I might get in a little bit of trouble when wifey watches this video, because now that I think about it, like, this is within my ability level. Okay, but things can happen. this is not the kind of area where people will just happen to come along. There's no way, especially with the river being the way it is, taking that passage out there, the one I wouldn't cross, and the one back there that destroyed the trail. Traffic on this trail probably come to a screeching halt, and it's really way out there anyways. So not the smartest thing. I'll be smarter tomorrow, I promise. Once again, this is one of the problems with Gaia that we want to fix with our app. Now, our app is not GPS centric at this point, but we're getting there. But what's this trail, this area rated? What sort of gizmo can you take out here? So the river was down there. This is the big long climb. It's going to be super fun. Just got to watch over those branches that are going to take up my panniers. And then we'll be into the not so fun slimy climb. And then it's back onto the haul road on the plateau where it's going to be 10 degrees colder. There's the tree I chopped. A little trail maintenance. Alright, let's go. Why do I always shift to neutral right after I'm like, let's go, let's hit it. Come on. It's really easy to hit neutral on this bike. And on my 501 I can barely ever find neutral, even when I want to. Hey, if you want some other routes to check out, a fellow named Craig Luke is making the Kootenai BDR system. Sorry, he's not calling it BDR, but it is the same general idea, except that he's creating a trail network that any adventure bike can do. I think maybe the prerequisite is 50/50 tires, but he said even any luggage. So it's probably, you know, stuff like this and easier. That's a pretty cool idea. And it's definitely a choose your own adventure sort of thing, so you can get to a junction and decide which way you're going to go. He's got a, I don't know if it's a guidebook or just information that's all written down, or maybe it's even in the GPS package that shows you your fuel, your camping. And so you can decide, if you still got a bunch of energy left, you can keep going, energy and fuel. Or you can turn off, head to the nearest town and power up. That's ridethekootenays.com, I believe. And then there's Roger Nelson, I believe is his last name. And he's working on the Canadian BDR system, starting here in British Columbia. He's actually up in Williams Lake, the Chilcotin area, right now, working on another route. I think that they're all quite easy. Certainly full of big adventure into the backcountry. I've yet to do one. I have purchased the Kootenai one. I'm going to give that a try. And he's given us one to give away during this adventure bike gathering. So that might be one of the things you win if you come and join us this September in Vernon. So if I were with other people, I'd be going 50% faster than this because I love this kind of stuff. And I maybe boost off some of the rocks. But I'm by myself and I'm carrying, I'm guessing now, like 70 pounds of gear back there. It's pretty shocking to take it all off. This is great practice though, riding heavily loaded. Some people will be like, why are you riding with all that crap, man? Well, if you like doing the BDR route down the States, which I happen to love, you got to carry even more stuff than what I have right now. Unless you're just completely relying on hotels. And I don't think that's a very safe or smart thing to do because things can happen. You might have to stay out there. Oh, this is gorgeous. Too bad Andrew can't be here. My buddy Pierce on his Africa Twin. Andrew has tendonitis in both of his shoulders from some riding down the States where he just took too much. Too long, too hard. Wrecked his body for it's as bad as a broken bone, I'll tell you that. Recovery time wise. Tendonitis, no good, no fun. And Pierce, well, he's a working man. He's a paramedic. And he's got shifts. He can't come out and play today. But hey, take in the scenery. It is rocky, but it's pretty smooth. Like, there are no big hits. I'm not really all that worried about any pinch flats or anything like that. You could stop here and get going too. It's not that steep. So Andrew's 890 should be here pretty soon. The more I learn about that bike, the more I wish this was an 890, but hey, this bike's awesome. Could use a little bit more torque so I could finesse it more at times rather than have to smash it. It's got better traction control than this. This one you can't really, I don't think you could really turn it off. You certainly can't with the little rally mode thing where I can go like 1 through 9. The lowest traction mode, I'm in 3 right now. The lowest traction mode, if you're in deep sand, you might still be screwed. It'll just interfere too much. And apparently the 890 doesn't do that. Oh, these bikes are so fun. Like, look where I am. Like, look. Just to stop. Just stop. Wow. Wow, like I could just stop and camp here. I've got everything. I could. I'm not done yet. I do have a pretty cool book to read, but I'm not that good at entertaining myself if I'm off my bike, or if I'm not able to be on my computer working on developing software, whether it's that Moto app or our DAT software. I just love doing stuff like that. Yeah, I'm lucky. I love my job. Pays all right too. Don't forget, you're carrying a lot of weight there, Scotty. Boy, I get really great traction with these bags on. See, I didn't record as much coming down. It was beautiful, but it wasn't as fun. Like going uphill, come on, you get to rev it a bit and have some fun. You don't hear the chain slapping around like you do when you're coming down. Ah, boom. Love it. One of the things we hope to do with that Moto app is just to connect people a little bit more. People, oh, geez, I got a big stick in my head. Look at that, I was stuck in my helmet. Should have ducked a little bit more. We're hoping to connect more people with other like-minded moto enthusiasts, whether it's adventure bikes, dirt bikes, ATVs, quads, whatever. You can basically put yourself out there saying, hey, I live in this area, this is the kind of thing I like doing, and make me discoverable to others. Okay, this is a very interesting junction here because that is unexplored. I know where that comes from. I'm going the other way, man. I'm turning around. Now, you expect a cool person just to put their foot down and burn around. I'm not a cool person. I've blown out both my knees multiple times. I will not be doing it. I'm just going to get out of this little low part. Yeah, if you come riding with me, you'll see I'm like the least cool guy when it comes to turning around. Even on my smaller bikes. Oh, I can't get my foot out. Even on my smaller bikes. Super, super uncool. You just got to get off this thing safely, right? Yeah, let's try something else. Oh, Scott. The most chimpy of the chimps. Yeah. I put my foot down and done a turn and burn around it and pop. Pop goes the knee. You look at the GPS before going down here? Nah. Let's just go. I won't go down anything. I can't come back up. Let's go look. Maybe connect some dots. Don't have to chop your head off. All right. Huh. I wasn't recording. It's too bad. I came to a stop. Oh, I love how the bags hold the bike up. I came to a stop. I was actually on the other side and I was leaning. It's not quite enough. And it just started to go. And I stepped there, and then I stepped down there. And Scrappy just went for a little nap. Oh, wow. I'm gonna show you something. Let me show you something. I put this strap here. It's made all the difference. That was perfect. I didn't have to scramble down here to find anything. You might notice I just looked down, found that, put my hand in there, hand here. Boom. So why did I stop? That's why. I was looking, it was really pretty stunning. Whew, that's where I came from. Wow. Pretty. Okay, let's roll. If you're untall, like me, I'm just not tall. I'm not short, but I'm untall. It's great just to learn how to do this. Yeah. Slowly throw your leg over and you're rolling. I think the plan is coming together. I don't have to ride up that big sloppy thing, which I'm sure I could have done, but I would have been either some really good riding or me hand bombing my luggage up and then some pretty good riding, or some really bad riding involving a lot of pushing. Yeah, well, that's behind us, I think. If this type of riding looks good to you, think about coming to the Adventure Bike Gathering this fall. It's going to be on September 15, 16, and 17. We have a whole website for it. Just look up the adventurebikegathering.com. And it's a free event. It's basically like us saying, hey, we're going out for a ride. You might want to come to town. There's going to be other people here too. You can get out together, make your own groups. It's not an organized event. We're trying to get further and further away from that. There's liability associated with that. We're just saying, hey, this is a cool place to ride. Some of us locals will be going out. Maybe you can tag along. You gotta figure out your own accommodation and meals, all that stuff, but we meet every night at a restaurant, pub, whatever. I think this year we'll expect between 100 and 200 people. That's a couple of restaurants, couple of pubs. It's been really fun the last 5 years, or 4 years. This is year number 5. Check it out. We got stuff like this, we got lots of stuff like this, and even more stuff that's harder. Most of it's harder. This would be like the easiest route. Like this here would be like the easiest route. Yeah, we're dropping into the valley. This ride's almost over. We're gonna go back home, reset, figure out the battery situation, figure out the charger. Actually, there's a guy named Chad Henderson that gave me the idea of just putting the battery charger in here. He does it when he's snow biking. He actually has a solar setup on his adventure bike. How cool is that? Anyways, yeah, I gotta get that sorted, then I'll head out first thing tomorrow morning, do a big ride, and hopefully find a super cool campsite. Yeah. Wow, look at all this. Ooh, it just drops. Wow. Full send. Bunny! I get to see a lot of bunnies biking and snow biking, surprisingly. They're just bright white snow bunnies burning across the snow. Poor little things are just terrified. Trying not to chase them. This is such a gorgeous flowy road. Hi. Guess what? I'm home.
I'm so happy.